Alright, so looking on this one, lasting longer than 12 hours, right? So my z-score here is going to be 12 minus the mean, which was 10, divided by the standard deviation, which was 1.5. So that's 2 divided by 1.5, which I believe gives me a z-score of 1.33, correct? So I go on my z-score table to 1.33. So here's 1.3. I go over 0, 1, 2, and 3. So that gets me 0.90824. So that gives me 0.90824, right? But that's the percent, so that's 90% less than 12, right? I want longer than 12, so I want above that, so I have to go 100 minus 90, whoa. We got things moving all over the place. Okay, so I'm going to go 100 minus 90.824%, and so that's going to give me 9.176%. Bless you. Is last longer than that. Yes? Yes, ma'am.
Does it matter what you round to? Like, could you have said 9.18?
Yep. As long as it's rounding from that. You know what I mean? Okay. Find the percent of camera batteries that last between 8 and 12 hours. Well, we've got to find the z-score for 8. So that would be 8 minus 10 divided by 1.5. So that's going to be negative 2 over 1.5. So that's going to give me a z-score here of negative 1.33, which then, so I go on my z table down to negative 1.33. 1.33 is that one right there. So that's 0.09176. Okay. The 12-hour one, we said already, that was the one that we did in that first problem up there. So that the 12z then was 0.90824, right? I want between those two numbers, so what am I going to do with those? Subtract them. So 90.824 minus 9.176 is going to be 81.648% of the batteries are in that one. Yes? Yeah? Okay. Questions on either of those? Today, what we're going to do is we are going to do that exact same thing, except we're going to go in reverse.
Reverse.
So today I'm going to do, hey, I didn't spill the water on your papers. I want you to know that. Yeah, not me.
All right.
Okay? Okay? So today we're going to give you the percent and we're going to ask you to work back. So like today I would give you this number right there, and I want you to work back to give me that number. Instead of giving you the data point and you giving me the percent, I'm going to give you the percent, you give me the data point. Okay? Same process, we're just backing up. Okay? Okay? So, in your packet, that's all that's explaining down there at the bottom in method number 1. Okay? Reverse. So, number 1 says, part A, a woman tells you that she is in the 10th percentile for heights. If this woman is in the 10th percentile for heights, that means that 10% of the population is below her, correct? From percentile work from yesterday. So that means 10% is below her. Which means I'm looking on my chart for point 1000. I'm looking for the z-score that's closest to that. Okay? So we have to go to our z-score, our z-chart, and we have to look for the decimal that's closest to 0.1000. 0. Okay? So I'm looking on the negative side for sure, because the positive sides are all above 0.5. The negative sides are all below 0.5, so I'm on the negative side. And 0.1. So what are you guys thinking? Negative 1.28. Right? Agree with right there. Yeah. Okay. So that gives me a z-score of negative 1.28. Oops, dropped it. Why won't that move now? Ay, 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 ay. This thing, what the heck is going on here? There, we'll move it right back. Okay, all right. So now I can go to my z-score is equal to data minus mean over standard deviation. Okay, so my z-score was negative 1.28. Do I know what the data is? Do I know how tall this woman is? No, that's what we're looking for. So that's going to be X, or some letter that you want. I don't care. You could leave it as data, too, for all that I care. What's the mean in this case? 64. What's the standard deviation in this case? 2.7. How am I going to solve that equation? How am I going to get X by itself? Multiply by what? Multiply both sides by 2.7. Okay, so I go negative 1.28 times 2.7. That gives me negative 3.456 equals x minus 64. Still want to solve for x. What do I do? Add 64 to both sides. So I get 60.544 equals x. So how tall is this woman? 60.544 inches. Okay? With me? Part B says the box in the box and whisker plot goes from the 25th percentile, to the 75th percentile. What heights are associated with the edges of the box in the box and whisker plots? Well, that tells me that I've got two problems that I've got to do. My first problem is I need to do one for the 25th percentile. My second problem says that I've got to do one for the 75th percentile. Yes? Okay. So let's do the 75th one together, and then you guys can do the 25th one by yourself. Okay? So the 75th percentile means that I'm looking for 75, or where 75% of the population is below. So that's a decimal value of 0.75. With me? So we need to look on our charts as to where we have a decimal that is 0.75. So I'm going to be on the positive side this time, because 0.75 is above 50. 0.7? 0.70 is 0.75804. 0.68. Okay, so this one here is 175 above, right? This one here is 143 below, right? Right? So we could cut those probably in half, right? And then that would be closer, correct? Because we're 175 above and 143 below. So let's go 0.675. I would concur with 0.675. Okay. So 0.675 equals x minus 64 divided by 2.7. Seven times 0.675 gets me 1.8225 equals x minus 64. Adding 64 gets me 65 point, I don't like that, 5. Gets me 65 point, oops, that should have been an 8. 8, 2, 2, 5. Oh, a bad 5 again. For some reason, the old smartboard doesn't like my 5s. And that's in inches again, right? So the 75th percentile line is 65.8225 inches. Okay? You find me now the line or the height for the 25th percentile. So, should have gotten a z-score of 0.25. Well, here, I can actually just show it right here. So, 0.25. 0, 0. So it looks like it's in between these two, right? In between 0.67 and 0.68. Because again, we're 143 above, and we're 175 below. So let's go with, again, negative 0.675. Okay. It's going to equal x minus, ooh, that's bad. Didn't pick up enough. Oh, I'm at it. Over 2.7. So that would be negative 1.8225 equals x minus 64. So 64 is going to be 62.1775. And that is inches. Okay. A doctor has determined that a girl will probably be in the top 4% of heights when she grows up. So top 4% means which percentile? Not the 4th percentile. The 96th percentile. Okay? Top 4 means that there is going to be then 96% below. Okay? So I need to look on my z-score for the number closest to 0.96000. Okay? Do this problem. Spot check here. What z-score are you going with? 1.76?
Yeah.
I do not agree with 1.76.
1.765.
Nope.
1.75.
I like 1.75. Let's look at them. 1.76 is 80 above where I want to be, right? 1.75 is 6 below where I want to be. Which one's closer? 6. Okay? Yep. So I'm going to go here with a z-score of 1.75. Times 2.7 gets me 4.725. Add 64 gets me 68.725 inches. So she is going to be just over 5 foot 8 feet. Okay. Handle. I'm going to give you to do number 2. I don't know how long I'll give you, but do number 2 now. All right, so 85th percentile for the ACT scores. So that means then that I'm looking for 0.85. Bad. That's just bad. I can do better than that. See, I told you I could do better. So, looking on the chart, I'm kind of liking 1.04. Yeah? If we're looking at the chart, I'm looking at 1.04 is 83 above. This one is 150 some below. So let's go with 1.04. Okay? So that gives me a z-score of 1.04. So that would be 1.04 equals x minus 20.9 divided by 4.8. 1.04 times 4.8 gets me 4.992. Add 20.9 to that. Gets me 25. Whoa, whoa, and whoa. Gets me 25 point. Whoa. The paper's getting too close into the board here. Or the TV, I should say. Yes? Okay. All right. Part B says, determine the score that separated the lowest 12%. Okay. Lowest 12% is 0.12 and below. Right? So that means that's a straight up 0.12 on my chart. Going to be in the negative side. Whoa, going to be in the negative side. 0.12. 0.12. 1 point. It's halfway in between these two, right? So negative 1.175. Yep. I don't know why. But I'm just doing that. Okay, so that's negative 1.175 equals x minus 20.9 all over 4.8.
So negative 1.175 times 4.8 gets me negative 5.64 equals x 20.9, add 20.9 to that gets me 15.26. Yes? Yep. Okay. Part C. A certain university will only consider applicants that score in the top 20% of the ACT. So the top 20% means the 80th percentile or 0.80000, right? So what's the z-score associated with 0.8? .84? Yeah. Well, it's only 45 off, right? Yeah, whereas the one right next to it is 234 off. So I'd go with 0.84 there. Whoa, why did score end up down here? Okay. 0.84 is going to equal x minus 20.9 divided by 4.8. So 0.84 times 4.8 is 4.032. Add 20.9 to that. Gets me 24.932. Is x. Yes, indeed we do. Okay. Purple is your homework for this evening. The last page in your homework packet, that's if you wanted to do today's stuff on the Nspire calculators. Okay? Again, you don't need to. Just showed you we can do it all just by using your Z-chart. You don't have to use the Nspire, but that's there if you wanted to use that in your future endeavors and going forward. Okay? Purple is due next week, Thursday. Again, I wouldn't wait until next week, Wednesday or Thursday to start all of these homeworks. I would do those as soon as possible. You got 10 minutes left that you could be working on it right now in class or any of the other ones up to this point. Okay? With me?